but I guess it's to practice touching a girl. I don't know. I don't know.
That was like that was part of the agreement for desegregation. Like, okay,
Yeah.
but we have to teach square dancing.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah,
maybe
yeah.
it's the only.
We got to make
dancing-
sure we civilize them by teaching them how to do-si-do.
Dance without gyrations.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's the only dance that's not sexual.
That was
Right.
actually Joe Biden's first policy thing. He was like, and you know, maybe if we're gonna bust the kids in from Boston, we could, teach them how to square dance. Scott, when you were in school, we both did this thing at school dances where we would grind with girls.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
called it freak dancing.
Yeah, I've done that. I've
Yeah.
definitely done that.
Yeah,
I danced well. I remember in middle school being a good dancer. Usher
Yeah.
was popular.
yeah,
I practiced the moves. I gave a shit. And then I told you why I stopped dancing, right?
I think you did, but there's something about a Yankee hat.
Yeah. I went to a dance in a Yankees hat. This is irrelevant to the story, but this is where I was in my life. I had a New York Yankees hat that was like a fake silver, like fake diamond,
Yeah.
like emblem instead of like glued onto it.
I didn't set the story up the right way, but what I meant to say was that like sometimes at high school dances, I would like, I don't know how this happened. I don't know how I became this person, but everyone would like form a circle around me, and I would like grind with some African American girls. Like I would like there's literally pictures of like 17-year-old me, and I'm just like I'm like on the ground like this, and there's a girl like sitting on my crotch. There's like a girl named like Unique or something, and she's like sitting on my.
I think that's the exact
And they're-
plot of a Bronx Tale.
Like,
Yeah,
I love
yeah.
dancing with these gay boys.
yeah. Dad, you know what? Everything you said about them was wrong.
They dance just as good
They
as
dance
me.
just as good as me. And I'm going to go to Newark, New Jersey. I'm going to join a team. Anyway, but you would do that too, right?
Yeah, I danced a lot and stuff, and then I was hanging out with a bunch of black kids that happened to be at the dance. Like
Yeah.
they show, it was like a boys and girls club dance. It wasn't a school because there wasn't like a lot of black kids in my school.
Yeah.
And so there was a bunch of them there, and I was dancing with them, because I thought we were of equal ability, and I remember
Yeah.
I remember the one kid was going like, do the George Jefferson. He was doing like a George Jefferson, and I was like, that's amazing. Like,
Yeah.
and we only knew him from TV land. I'm like, my God, this kid has skill,
Yeah.
And then we went to the bathroom, and we were all like hanging out, and I don't know why, but I just said the N-word for some reason. Like I didn't say it, obviously I didn't have an
Yeah.
opinion that was terrible. I
Right,
said it
right,
like
right,
I was
right.
hanging out with
Right,
friends,
right.
and they took my hat. And they were like, nah. And then
You
I couldn't
weren't like
dance the rest of the night.
they need to.
They didn't say you can't dance the rest of the night. I did not dance the rest
You
of the
did
night.
not, 'cause
And
it
I
was-
don't think I've danced since, other than some weddings.
Do you remember what
There's aunts that
context?
have died that I'm like, man, I could have danced with them, but I didn't because I said the N-word in 8th grade and felt like a fucking loser.
Do you remember in what context you said it?
It was very much like, we're all hanging out, Like, I remember that. It was
Yeah.
I think I was looking in the mirror and I had my hat on and I was just like vibing as a kid does,
Yeah.
Yeah.
which is
Yeah.
just complete. It's not vibing, it's playing.
Yeah.
I was in it.
Yeah.
My imagination was running wild, and
Right.
they were just being black kids.
The
Yeah.
And
context
I was playing black kids.
The
Yeah.
context was Scott said, one day I'm going to date one of you. Beep.
This fucking guy. And that's what happened. But I'll dance at a wedding here and there.
You ever? I had a dream once where 2 black people gave me permission to say the N-word.
Oh yeah.
I was in like high school or something.
Wait, that's real?
Yeah, it was a dream.
Holy shit!
like,
that
what's
is
the
so
Freudian
fucking funny. Sean.
They're like, you're cool enough. You can do it.
Sean, did he woke up with fucking cum all over his fucking pajamas?
That's his first wet dream.
Yeah, they go to sex ed. They're like, now we're gonna explain what a wet dream is. And Sean's like,
Is that when you have a dream that you can say the N-word?
Sean, what?
No, the dream was I was talking to 2 older black dudes. And I said,
It was a Mace Windu. Mace Windu
Yeah,
came
yeah,
to him in
yeah.
the dream, handed
Yeah.
him a purple lightsaber, and was like, "You too
Yeah.
can say the
It was
N-word."
Juan Williams from Fox News.
He was sitting at a table with the clumps.
yeah.
And they were like, "Go ahead, say it."
was-
Instead of Hercules, it was just him saying the N-word.
yeah.
the
It was
right-
it was Larry Elder and Thomas Sowell that let you say.
the right-wing economist Thomas Sowell. It's like,
Well, you know, Sean, obviously, it's just a word, so
It's totally fine to say if you want to. That's a pretty good Thomas Sowell, huh?
No, it's not bad. Yeah, if you watch Fox News
yeah.
enough, you'll have a dream where Thomas Sowell gives you permission to say the N-word. and then you can cite that in casual conversation.
it's like Field of Dreams before the N-word. It's like,
yeah.
if you say it, they won't mind.
If you say it, they won't mind.
If you say it. If you say it, it will be totally cool.
It will crush in conversation.
If you say it, it will crush. It's Tucker Carlson. If you say it.
He's a lot. Tucker is a lot.
I think
Yeah.
the dream was I was like talking to two older black dudes. I don't know if it was at the post office or something.
Mm-hmm.
And I said something like, "Y'all N-word's crazy" or something, and they were so cool with it. And that was my dream. You know, and it's like, you know, obviously it's just a stupid kid's dream, but
Yeah. Yeah.
That's
It's still-
the funniest kid's dream.
I know.
Not to get off topic, but do you guys remember when when you first learned about what the N-word was? Because I remember there was this episode of NYPD Blue, and NYPD Blue was like the edgy cop show on ABC. And I guess apparently like there's an episode where Sipowicz like says but he's in the episode going like that saying the word, and then I guess the thing is that like the guy's daughter heard him say it. So I guess for that character, like it was fine to say it
Till his daughter heard
Till his daughter heard it. Yeah.
Hmm.
I don't know. I got to revisit that because that was kind of a wild show. They
I
would like show people's ass on ABC at like 10 o'clock.